The vast darkness of space stretched endlessly, punctuated by the soft hum of the exploration vessel's engines. Captain J. Huang stood at the primary observation deck, his eyes fixed on the holographic display, tracking multiple incoming signals. Something was different today. The first transmission came through with a sharp burst of static. Electronic translators flickered to life, converting the alien communication into readable text. Kira Park, the ship's senior communications specialist, leaned forward, her fingers dancing across the control panel. "Captain," she called out, her voice steady but tight with tension, "we're receiving a direct communication from an unknown galactic configuration." Huang approached the display, his military-trained eyes scanning the incoming data. The alien transmission was precise, almost mathematical in its structure. No warmth, no diplomatic pleasantries, just a cold, calculated message of absolute intent. The holographic projection materialized, revealing a creature unlike anything humans had encountered before. Tall, with elongated limbs and a crystalline exoskeleton that seemed to shift and change with each movement. Its eyes, if they could be called eyes, were multiple translucent orbs that pulsed with an inner light. "Humans of Earth," the translation began. "Your technological development has been monitored. Your species represents a potential threat to galactic stability." Kira's hand unconsciously moved to the communication array's emergency protocol switch. Something in the alien's tone suggested this was not a conversation, but a pronouncement. "You will be given one opportunity," the transmission continued, "to surrender your planetary resources and submit to galactic governance. Resistance is mathematically calculated as futile. Your technological capabilities are estimated at 0.03% of our collective capabilities." Captain Huang remained silent, his posture relaxed, but his eyes sharp. Years of military training had taught him that the most dangerous moments often arrived disguised as simple conversations. Dr. Daeun Kim, the ship's chief scientific advisor, stepped forward. Her tablet displayed rapidly scrolling data, analysis of the transmission's quantum signature, electromagnetic patterns, and hidden informational layers. "The transmission contains multiple embedded communication channels," she whispered to Huang. "They're not just speaking, they're scanning, probing." The alien figure continued its monologue, detailing precise coordinates for human surrender, listing the resources they would confiscate, and outlining the potential consequences of non-compliance. Each word was delivered with a chilling mathematical precision that suggested no room for negotiation. What the alien confederation didn't know was how much humanity had prepared. Behind the calm exterior of the exploration vessel, decades of secret technological development hummed with potential. Quantum computing systems designed to adapt faster than any known intelligence waited in carefully concealed systems. Huang's hand touched a small communication device near his belt. A single tap would activate a global defense network that had been years in preparation. But for now, he wanted to listen. The alien's transmission ended with a stark ultimatum. "You have precisely 72 standard galactic time units to comply. Non-compliance will result in total systemic elimination." Kira looked up at Huang, a subtle smile playing on her lips. The alien had made a critical mistake. They believed humans would be intimidated. "Shall I prepare a response, Captain?" she asked, her fingers hovering over the communication array. Huang's response was calm, almost casual. "Not yet. Let them wait." The exploration vessel continued its silent drift through space, a seemingly fragile human construct against the backdrop of infinite darkness. But within its hull, something far more complex was brewing, a response that would challenge everything the alien confederation believed about humanity. The first contact had begun, and humanity was far from defeated. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, a massive underground complex hummed with quiet intensity. Rows of advanced computer systems lined pristine white corridors, their cooling systems creating a soft, rhythmic whisper that echoed through the facility. Dr. Daeun Kim moved between massive holographic displays, her fingers tracing complex data, patterns. Years of secret preparation had led to this moment. The human defense network was unlike anything the alien confederation could imagine. In a small observation room, 3 teams of scientists worked in perfect synchronization. Each team represented a different aspect of humanity's hidden technological defense: quantum computing, biological adaptation, and psychological warfare strategies. The quantum computing team had developed something extraordinary. Their systems could process information millions of times faster than any known alien technology. More importantly, they could predict and counter technological threats in microseconds. A young researcher named Park Jun brought up a simulation on the main screen. It showed how their adaptive algorithms could break down and rewrite alien communication protocols in real time. What seemed like an impenetrable alien communication system would become completely transparent and manipulable within moments. The biological adaptation team worked on something even more remarkable. They had been developing nanotechnology that could rapidly modify human physiology. Radiation resistance, enhanced cognitive functions, accelerated healing, all could be activated at a moment's notice. Dr. Kim watched the preparations with a calm determination. The alien confederation believed humans were primitive. They had no idea about the technological arsenal humanity had been quietly developing for decades. In another section of the complex, military strategists were running complex war game scenarios. They had studied every piece of intercepted alien technology, every fragment of communication. Each potential alien attack strategy had been analyzed, predicted, and countered multiple times over. Colonel Huang, a distant relative of Captain J. Huang, reviewed holographic battle simulations. His team had developed psychological warfare techniques that could create instant confusion within alien command structures. They could insert information viruses that would make alien communication networks collapse from internal contradictions. The most interesting development was a completely new type of communication encryption. Unlike traditional methods, this system could change its fundamental coding structure faster than any known decryption method could track. It was like a living, breathing communication system that could adapt and transform instantaneously. Outside the complex, the world continued its normal routine. Governments maintained careful silence about the potential alien threat. Global scientific communities had been working in secret, pooling resources and knowledge without raising international alarms. Dr. Kim pulled up a final system check. Everything was ready. The moment the alien confederation made its move, humanity would be prepared with technologies that would completely surprise their potential attackers. A small screen blinked with a countdown, 72 hours since the initial alien transmission. Every second was being used to prepare, to analyze, to create defensive and offensive capabilities that defied conventional understanding. The biological adaptation team had even developed a method to rapidly modify human brain function. Under extreme threat, soldiers could enhance their cognitive processing, making split-second decisions with superhuman precision. Park Jun demonstrated a prototype neural interface that could connect human consciousness with advanced AI systems. This wasn't just technology. It was a fundamental reimagining of human potential. Dr. Kim watched the preparations with a mix of scientific curiosity and quiet pride. Humanity had been underestimated for centuries. But now, they were ready to show the universe exactly what they were capable of achieving. The underground complex continued its silent preparation. Millions of lines of code, complex quantum algorithms, and revolutionary biological modifications waited patiently. The alien confederation thought they were sending an ultimatum. They had no idea they were walking into a technological trap that would redefine the meaning of first contact. As the final systems came online, a sense of quiet anticipation filled the complex. Humanity was ready. Whatever came next, they would face it with every ounce of innovative spirit and technological brilliance they possessed. The countdown continued. 72 hours that would change everything. The first alien warships appeared at the edge of Earth's solar system, their massive crystalline structures gleaming with technological complexity. They moved with a precision that suggested absolute confidence in their superiority. Captain J. Huang watched from the central command center. His fingers touched a small communication device, a quantum-encrypted system that looked deceptively simple, but within its circuit boards lay humanity's most advanced technological weapon. Initiate Phase 1, he spoke quietly. Across multiple communication frequencies, something extraordinary began to happen. The human response was not a traditional military counterattack. Instead, it was a sophisticated digital invasion that would reshape the entire conflict. Quantum algorithms developed by Dr. Dayan Kim's team began infiltrating alien communication networks. These were not simple hacking attempts. They were intelligent, adaptive systems that could rewrite communication protocols in milliseconds. The alien ship suddenly experienced total communication breakdown. Their highly advanced navigation systems began receiving conflicting instructions. Complex battle formations dissolved into chaos as each ship started receiving different, contradictory commands. In one remarkable moment, an entire alien battle group turned against itself. Ships that moments ago were prepared for a coordinated attack now fired upon each other, completely unable to understand what was happening. Dr. Park Jun's psychological warfare algorithms worked perfectly. They didn't just disrupt communication. They introduced sophisticated misinformation that created genuine confusion and mistrust within the alien command structure. Each alien ship's communication system became a potential threat to its own network. The more they tried to communicate, the more vulnerable they became. Humanity had transformed communication itself into a weapon. The biological adaptation team activated their next phase. Specialized satellites began broadcasting specific electromagnetic frequencies that directly interfered with alien sensory systems. These weren't traditional jamming signals. They were precisely calculated disruption waves that caused genuine physiological discomfort. Alien crew members found themselves experiencing unexpected neural confusion. Decision-making processes became increasingly difficult. What should have been a straightforward military operation was quickly turning into a complete disaster. Captain Huang watched the holographic displays with calm concentration. Each alien ship's status changed from confident attack mode to complete disarray. They had expected a simple conquest. Instead, they found themselves fighting an enemy they couldn't understand. The quantum computing team had prepared something extraordinary. They had developed algorithms that could predict alien tactical movements with incredible accuracy. Before the alien ships could make a strategic decision, human systems were already preparing a counter-strategy. Defensive satellites positioned around Earth's orbital zone began active tracking. But these were not traditional weapons. They were adaptive systems that could change their operational parameters faster than any known targeting mechanism could predict. One by one, alien ships found their most advanced technological systems compromised. Navigation became impossible. Communication turned into a maze of conflicting signals. Their supposedly impenetrable defense systems became their greatest weakness. Dr. Kim's team had essentially turned the aliens' technological superiority into a massive vulnerability. Each advanced system became a potential point of failure, each communication channel a potential trap. The human counterattack wasn't about destruction. It was about demonstrating a level of technological adaptation that the alien confederation couldn't comprehend. They were showing that humanity's greatest strength was its ability to think beyond conventional limitations. As the conflict continued, something remarkable became clear. The aliens were not facing a traditional military force. They were confronting an entirely new form of technological intelligence, one that could transform every weakness into a potential strength. Hours passed. The alien assault, which had begun with such confidence, now resembled a confused, fragmenting operation. Their ships moved erratically, their communication systems in complete collapse. Captain Huang allowed himself a small smile. The first stage of humanity's defense was complete, and the alien confederation was about to learn a valuable lesson about underestimating human potential. The counterattack had begun, and it was nothing like anyone had expected. The alien warships drifted in, confused formations, Their once perfect technological systems now nothing more than expensive space debris. Commander Relock watched in disbelief as ship after ship lost critical functionality. Dr. Daeun Kim stood in the central command center, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. Each movement revealed another layer of humanity's technological capabilities. What the aliens saw was merely the surface of something far more complex. "Activate Phase 2, Captain J. Huang commanded. Suddenly, the remaining alien ships experienced something impossible. Their most advanced defense systems began to transform. Protective energy shields flickered and collapsed. Weapon systems turned inward, becoming threats to their own vessels. Park Jun's team had developed a revolutionary adaptive technology. It wasn't just a hacking method. It was a complete technological language that could rewrite alien system architectures. In real time, each alien technological feature became a potential vulnerability. Quantum computers deep within Earth's underground facilities worked faster than any known processing system in the galaxy. They didn't just counter alien technologies. They understood them, decoded them, and then completely reimagined their fundamental structure. One alien battleship suddenly found its entire communication network replaced by a human-designed system. Navigation computers began displaying Earth's cultural information, music, art, scientific discoveries. It was a psychological warfare technique that went beyond traditional military strategies. Commander Relock watched in growing horror. The humans weren't just defending themselves. They were demonstrating a level of technological mastery that defied everything the alien Confederation understood about technological development. Specialized nanotechnology developed by human scientists began to reveal its true potential. Tiny adaptive machines could now interface with alien technological systems, essentially speaking a language of pure information that the aliens couldn't comprehend. Each alien ship became a puzzle that human technology could instantly solve and then completely reconstruct. Defense mechanisms became entry points. Weapon systems transformed into communication channels. Dr. Kim pulled up a comprehensive display showing the technological transformation. What had started as a potential invasion was now becoming a comprehensive demonstration of human innovative capabilities. The biological adaptation team had prepared something extraordinary. Human pilots could now interface directly with advanced AI systems, creating a hybrid intelligence that could process information millions of times faster than traditional biological systems. Specialized satellites around Earth began broadcasting, a complex information network. These weren't traditional communication systems. They were living, adaptive networks that could change their fundamental structure in milliseconds. Commander Relock's communication systems suddenly displayed something unexpected. Instead of military communications, the screens filled with human scientific discoveries, mathematical equations, and artistic representations. It was as if the humans were saying, "This is who we are. Try to understand us." The quantum computing team had essentially created a technological language that could communicate through pure information. Each system became a potential conversation, each technological barrier a potential bridge of understanding. One by one, alien ships found themselves completely neutralized, not through destruction, but through a complete technological transformation that left them unable to function in their original state. Captain Huang watched the holographic displays with calm concentration. This wasn't just a defensive strategy. It was a comprehensive demonstration of human potential. The alien Confederation had believed humans were primitive. Now they were witnessing a technological revolution that challenged everything they understood about intelligent development. Park Jun's final algorithm activated. Alien ships began receiving complex mathematical proofs that demonstrated fundamental flaws in their technological understanding. It was a diplomatic message written in the language of pure information. As the conflict continued, something remarkable became clear. Humanity wasn't just defending itself. It was showing the universe a new way of understanding technological intelligence. Commander Relock realized something profound. The humans weren't just fighting, they were communicating in the most advanced language possible. Pure adaptive technological potential. The diplomatic chamber sat silent, tension thick enough to cut with a knife. Representatives from the Galactic Concordance stood on one side, their crystalline bodies slightly trembling. On the other side, a small human delegation led by Captain J. Huang waited with calculated calm. Commander Relock approached the central platform, his multiple sensory organs scanning the human representatives. What had once been a confident invasion force was now reduced to a negotiation request. "We wish to discuss terms," Relock began, his translation device struggling to convey the complexity of alien communication. Captain Huang raised one hand. The gesture was simple, but behind it lay the most sophisticated technological network ever created. Dr. Dayun Kim stepped forward, holding a small device that looked almost primitive. But those who understood knew it contained more computational power than entire alien fleet systems combined. "There will be no discussion," she stated clearly. "We will outline the terms." The alien representatives exchanged confused signals. This was not how negotiations were supposed to work. They had initiated contact. They had sent an ultimatum. They were the advanced civilization. Park Jun activated a holographic display that began showing comprehensive data. It wasn't just a presentation. It was a systematic breakdown of how humanity had completely neutralized the most advanced technological systems in the known galaxy. Each slide revealed another layer of human capability: quantum computing strategies, adaptive biological technologies, psychological warfare algorithms that could dismantle entire communication networks in milliseconds. The aliens watched in growing disbelief. The humans weren't just defending themselves. They were demonstrating complete technological superiority. Captain Huang's terms were simple and direct. Earth would maintain complete sovereignty. All alien exploration vessels would be required to seek specific permission before entering human-controlled space. Technology exchange would be strictly controlled and monitored by human scientific teams. "You attempted to eliminate us," Huang stated. "Now you will understand the consequences of that decision." The biological adaptation team had prepared something extraordinary. Humans could now modify their own physiological systems rapidly. Radiation resistance, enhanced cognitive functions, accelerated healing, technologies that transformed human potential beyond traditional biological limitations. Commander Relock realized something profound. The humans weren't just a species to be conquered. They were a technological force that could reshape entire galactic understanding of intelligence. Dr. Kim's final presentation showed something remarkable. Humanity had not just developed defensive technologies. They had created a comprehensive system of adaptive intelligence that could learn, transform, and overcome any technological challenge. The negotiation was not a discussion. It was a demonstration of human potential. One by one, the alien representatives accepted the terms, not through traditional diplomatic channels, but through a comprehensive understanding that they were facing a civilization that could not be controlled or limited. Park Jun's quantum communication systems ensured that every word, every signal was precisely documented. The aliens were not just signing an agreement. They were acknowledging a fundamental shift in galactic power dynamics. Captain Huang's final statement was simple. "Humanity refuses to be a victim. We will be partners, or we will be nothing." The diplomatic chamber fell silent. The message was clear. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage, and they would define the rules of engagement. As the alien delegation prepared to leave, they understood something profound. This was not a defeat. This was a first contact that would reshape everything they understood about technological potential.